His last fight, Cepeda. His last fight. You don't know how many people are talking about him on every scale of him.
Shakur Stevenson and Teophimo Lopez have finally come together, sitting face-to-face in what felt like the most intense confrontation in modern boxing history. And what unfolded during that quiet, tense face-off left the entire boxing world utterly speechless. These two undefeated champions didn't simply trade the usual pre-fight smiles or empty words. Sources say the tension inside that room was so heavy it felt like you could cut it with a knife. And both fighters made it painfully clear that this fight is deeply personal. According to those who witnessed the face-to-face encounter up close, Shakur Stevenson allegedly stared straight into Teophimo's eyes and said something that sent chills down every single spine in that room.
I want to be the best. So when I see certain guys out there, and I seen Teo his last fight, I was there front row, and I'm like, damn, this dude is like, he like a baby Roy, like he like doing things with his hands down, flashy. I thought it was cool, so it kind of made me want to get in a ring with him and see if he could do them things against.
Reports suggest Shakur calmly stated January 31st is the night your entire legacy collapses. You and your daddy both are going to be crying after I expose every single weakness you have. This isn't Lomachenko. This isn't Josh Taylor. This is a completely different level you've never witnessed before. That statement has already exploded across social media, with fans absolutely losing their minds over how confident and calculated Shakur looked throughout the entire face-off. But Teophimo Lopez wasn't about to let those words hang in the air unanswered. And what he allegedly fired back has created even more buzz heading into this massive January showdown at Madison Square Garden. Yet before we get into the explosive details of what Teophimo responded with, his father, Teophimo Sr., dropped some shocking statements that poured gasoline on an already raging fire just moments before the face-to-face sitting encounter between the two fighters. Teophimo Sr. allegedly got involved in a heated exchange with members of Shakur's team.
A lot of weaknesses in his game too, and something that he said earlier, he said, Teo never lost to Southpaw. Well, I never lost to Orthodox. So it ain't no different, but
the difference is you never fought no elite fighter.
Okay, I don't think y'all did either.
Oh, so you gotta show it.
According to insiders who were present, Lopez Sr. reportedly leaned in and said, "Shakur ain't never faced nobody like my son. All them Southpaws Teo beat were elite fighters. All them guys Shakur beat were regular opponents. There are levels to this, and on January 31st, the whole world is going to see those levels." And while Team Shakur seemed to brush the comments aside on the surface, sources say Stevenson was burning inside, counting the seconds until he could answer back himself. What makes this even more shocking is that the relationship between Teophimo Sr. and Shakur has been quietly falling apart for months, with both camps firing shots through social media posts and tense interviews. Many believe Teophimo Sr. isn't just talking, he's trying to crawl inside Shakur's head before the fight even begins, using psychological warfare to plant doubt and fuel frustration. The boxing world has been holding its breath for this face-to-face moment ever since the fight was officially announced back in December, with fans believing this single encounter might reveal who truly holds the mental edge when it finally matters.
You mistake me for
But
Bud.
that's your, but
I was cheering for you, bro.
Who you? Ain't you
I was
biased?
cheering for you.
You were?
Yeah, for sure.
I bet.
I wanted you to win so I could be the person who
Teo,
beat you.
what's the issue
Okay,
between you and
okay.
Bud?
For sure.
I'm gonna give you your first loss.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
I promise you you're not.
All right, bet.
Like, I've been too
Unexpectedly, the tense face-to-face sit-down moment exposed something almost no boxing insiders thought they would see from either man at this point. Based on several eyewitnesses who said they were inside the room during the stare-down, Shakur Stevenson supposedly carried a stone-cold calm across the whole exchange. One insider who asked for privacy later explained, Shakur never flinched once. He just locked eyes on Teo with a gaze like he already understood exactly how the fight would unfold. It felt deeply unsettling to witness, and you could tell it was crawling under Teo's skin just a little.
That was crazy, man. You talk crazy about black people. You talk crazy about Puerto Ricans. Man, he gonna pay for it. He gonna pay for it January 31st. It's time to show him what the level is. I don't think he realized what the level is, so I can't wait to show him.
What's his biggest?
He's saying that a lot of the pressure is on you and
Those alleged moments suddenly matter a lot more now because they hint that Shakur may have already claimed the first psychological victory between two world-class champions. A lot of boxing minds argue that mental games decide fights at this height, and the fighter who takes control mentally usually walks into fight night carrying that edge. Insiders say that during the face-to-face, The tension came dangerously close to spilling into something physical more than once, before security and event staff stepped in. People who know what really happened say there was one specific instant where Teophimo reportedly leaned in during the sit-down and whispered something that instantly made Shakur's entire team rise to their feet.
The things that Teofimo is coming out with, I don't think Shakur knows even what to say or reply to it. You know, I wouldn't even want to repeat the stuff that he's saying, but he's making some really, really fruity comments. But I suppose that's one way to get in your opponent's head. But I think that's a great fight, I think.
Reports claim Teophimo allegedly said, "You talk all the talk about being elite, but deep down, you know you ain't built like me. I break fighters mentally before I even touch them physically." Ask Lomachenko how that felt. That comment has since exploded online, dissected by fans who think Teophimo is subtly comparing himself to the legends he's already conquered. The most gripping moment of the sit-down came when both fighters were pushed to reveal their strategies for January 31st. Sources familiar with the exchange say Shakur Stevenson allegedly laid out, in chilling detail, exactly how he plans to dismantle Teophimo Lopez. One insider supposedly shared, Shakur told Teo straight up, "I've seen all your weaknesses. Every time you faced a boxer who could move, you faltered. Loma didn't throw a punch for 6 rounds and you still couldn't finish him. I'm 100 times better than that version of Loma."
Attributes and all the things that I learned from every fighter that I faced to now put it on display against Shakur Stevenson. And that is what I'm looking more forward to than anything else. Everybody else, listen, it's just horse, excuse my language.
These alleged words haven't been fully confirmed with any official video released to the public, yet several independent sources report hearing versions of the same exchange. What makes this even more incendiary is that Shakur supposedly didn't just go after Teophimo's skills in the ring, but aimed squarely at his mind and composure. Fans who track both fighters closely know Shakur has previously labeled Teophimo as unstable, hinting at deeper mental cracks. During the face-to-face sit-down, sources say Shakur allegedly intensified those claims in a blunt, almost uncomfortable way. One witness reportedly recalled, Shakur looked at Teo and said something like, "I think you've got some mental issues you need to work through, and January 31st ain't a therapy session. It's a fight, and I'm going to expose everything that's broken about you." Comments like these go far beyond standard boxing trash talk, and reportedly, many in the room felt they had crossed a serious line.
He does after the Brian Norman, but Shakur, it's all there. But I didn't focus on him. I was focused on what's next, trusting my power team, trusting on my team and what can do and who could we fight next. Shakur decided, he initiated, let's go up to fight.
Shakur's supporters have been taking over social media, defending his approach and insisting Teophimo has provoked plenty himself, so he's getting what's coming. One fired-up Shakur fan allegedly tweeted, "Teo been talking reckless for years about everybody. Now somebody finally stands up to him and his daddy and people want to act like Shakur going too far. Long overdue," they said. Another wrote, practically buzzing with excitement, "That face-to-face was everything I hoped for." Shakur looked like a stone-cold assassin while Teo was trying way too hard to act tough. Body language don't lie. Shakur already won round 1. On the flip side, Teophimo Lopez's supporters have been just as loud, framing Shakur's confidence as arrogance that's about to backfire. One Team Lopez fan fired back, "Shakur can talk all he wants sitting in a chair. Let's see if he's got that same energy when Teo starts hitting him with power shots he's never felt in his life."
The fight between Stevenson and Lopez, what a fight.
Who wins that?
Lopez. You think Stevenson? Lopez is a very good fighter, bro. I've trained with him, I've heard him on the pod, he bangs hard, he's a good all-round boxer, slick. A lot of people don't give him the credit for how good of a boxer he is. Look, he's the type of guy I know about Lopez is that when he has to turn it up, he turns it up. And I think with someone like Shakur, he will have to turn it up big time. And obviously Shakur, we've not really seen.
This split among fans shows just how uncertain everyone is about what will really happen when these two top-tier boxers finally clash in the ring. The timing of this face-to-face sit-down has caught a lot of attention in the boxing world, coming at a moment that feels calculated in the promotion. The encounter took place on December 10th in New York City, giving both fighters about 7 weeks to let the tension simmer before they finally meet on January 31st at Madison Square Garden. Observers can't help but notice that Turki Alshik, who's promoting the fight through his Riyadh season events, chose to stage this face-off unusually early in the promotional schedule.
What about Shakur Teo?
On that one right there, I feel like that's gonna be a good fight as far as skill-wise, as far as Shakur actually being there with somebody who got some finesse and can punch. Outside of just being a puncher, you can actually box. You can fight.
Boxing promoters usually hold the most intense face-offs for fight week or weigh-in day, when emotions hit their peak and every camera angle can capture the drama. Sources close to the promotional team allegedly revealed the reasoning behind this early sit-down during an off-the-record chat. One insider, who asked to remain anonymous, reportedly said, Turkey wanted to spark buzz early and let the tension marinate for weeks. He knows the longer these two stew over what was said in that face-off, the more personal this fight will feel.
His best. Against Taylor, against Lomachenko, he was at his very best. That was the best he can do. I don't think he can do nothing better than that. So
self-projection.
What I seen from that fight, I feel like I'm way better than them guys. With Lomachenko, like I said, he didn't throw punches for 6
Objection.
rounds. For 6 rounds. So if you ain't throw punches for 6 rounds and you get in front of me,
Man, you was
I
a
just don't know.
fanboy.
I would have beat Lomachenko that night easy too. That's how I feel.
Fanboy of Loma.
Wait a second, you objected. Hold on a second. You just objected.
I like Lomachenko. I like Lomachenko.
You just objected. You want to tell him how much you like him again? I think you like him. You keep telling him.
Objection. What?
Tell everyone.
False accusation.
You got to think, right? It's okay.
I can't wait to beat this clown, bro. This dude is a clown.
Focus on me.
You better have that chin ready, baby. You better have it ready.
This alleged strategy appears to be working flawlessly, as social media buzz around the fight has exploded since the face-to-face sit-down. What makes it even more intriguing is Turki Alshik's direct involvement during parts of the encounter and press conference. Verified reports from the press conference say Turki actually dialed in by phone to address both fighters and the small crowd present. During the call, he reportedly said, "You need to know the result of this fight in May. There is big fight. If it is Shakur, there is big fight for Shakur. And if it's Teophimo, it's big fight for him. This is important fight." That confirmation that the winner secures a massive bout in May only ratchets up the pressure for both champions. Many speculate that Turkey's May fight could be against Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Davis, or even a jump up in weight for a super fight scenario. The face-to-face also offered a glimpse into how both fighters assess themselves and their opponent. Witnesses claim Teophimo Lopez allegedly emphasized that his unpredictability is his most dangerous weapon.
The official, I'm like, cool. You know this nigga can fight, right? Cool, like, nah, bro, I know, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we all excited about the fight, bro. Like, we all know what's at stake. Like, we've been knowing Teophimo since we was 12 or 13 years old in amateurs, bro. Like, we all been winning nationals together. Now we're pro having to fight each other, so Teo know who he fighting.
Sources say Lopez allegedly told Shakur during the face-off, "Every fight is a different version of me. Nobody knows what version they're going to get, including Shakur. That's what makes me dangerous. I could box. I could brawl. I could do whatever I need to do to win." This reportedly mirrors Teophimo's actual statement from the press conference, where he stressed even he doesn't know which version of himself will appear on fight night. Shakur allegedly countered by framing Teophimo's unpredictability as a weakness masquerading as a strength. One witness reportedly said, Shakur basically told Teo that not having a consistent game plan shows you lack elite-level fundamentals. He supposedly added, "Real elite fighters don't need to lean on unpredictability. They just outbox you with pure skill." This back and forth perfectly illustrates the core difference in how these two view the sport and their own abilities.
You know, Shakur is a very talented, skillful, technique fighter.
Yeah.
You know, can't take anything away from it. However, scared to get hit. Scared to get knocked out in front of the world. Scared to get touched up in front of the world.
Are you saying that off of the last fight or just...
Perhaps the most telling moment of the face-to-face sit-down came when both fighters were asked about their amateur backgrounds and whether it holds any weight for this professional clash. For context, Shakur Stevenson and Teophimo Lopez share a long history that stretches back to their amateur days, when both were rising stars in USA boxing. Sources say that during the face-off, Shakur allegedly referenced those amateur battles as evidence that he already has Teophimo figured out.
Saying that you got more to prove and that the lights is too bright for you. What do you feel about that?
Man, I don't believe in pressure. Pressure, you could make diamonds or bust pipes. And at the end of the day, I'm a diamond, so I've been shining my whole career. It's not gonna stop now. The same guy you've been seeing at a higher level.
Reports claim Stevenson allegedly said something like, "We already know how this story ends. I've seen you at your best, and I'm still better." That's just facts, and January 31st is just going to prove what we already knew back in the day. Team Lopez, however, strongly rejects any notion that amateur results matter in this professional championship clash. Teophimo Sr. has been especially outspoken, reportedly insisting multiple times that professional boxing is an entirely different game. The question of who holds the mental edge going into this fight remains a hotly debated topic among boxing analysts and experts.
Most overrated boxer right now.
Most overrated boxer right now.
You could go all time, I guess, if you wanted to.
I'll just say it. I think Shakur Stevenson, who I'm going to be facing, I think he's overrated. I think so, yeah. He's been decreasing on his style.
Tim Bradley, former champion and current boxing analyst, has openly said he thinks Shakur will win comfortably, citing his superior boxing skills, intellect, and defensive mastery. Bradley's prediction has only boosted Shakur's supporters' confidence heading into the bout. Teophimo's fans, of course, point out that Bradley has misjudged major fights before, while other analysts suggest the face-to-face sit-down might have backfired if Shakur underestimated how much fire he just sparked under Teo. One well-known boxing journalist allegedly remarked, "Shakur might have just given Teo all the motivation he needed." Nothing makes Teofimo more dangerous than being doubted or disrespected. Remember what happened to Lomachenko when everyone picked against Teo. This perspective raises a critical question. Will Shakur's psychological games help him or play right into Teofimo's hands on fight night? As both fighters left that intense encounter and returned to their camps, the boxing world was left to digest everything that had unfolded. The ripple effects of this confrontation stretch far beyond mere trash talk or stare-downs. They hint at the high-stakes battle looming inside the ring.
If they fight, I think Shakur wins. And I don't think it's going to be like a super tough fight either. His IQ will frustrate him.
Don't you think Teo has also good ring IQ and also is slick, fast?
I think so, but when you look at Teo's performances against guys that are just pure boxers, it's just like he almost lost to Sandor Martin.
This fight marks a pivotal moment in both fighters' careers, with the winner poised to soar into superstardom and the loser forced to question their place among boxing's elite. For Shakur Stevenson, it's a chance to finally silence critics who call him boring and claim he avoids top-tier opposition, and his demeanor during the face-off hints he's ready for exactly that. For Teophimo Lopez, it's an opportunity to prove he remains one of boxing's most dangerous forces, with his prime still ahead, not behind. As January 31st at Madison Square Garden draws nearer, the tension from that sit-down encounter will only grow sharper. Both fighters will spend the coming weeks replaying those moments, letting the disrespect and doubt fuel every punch, every drill, every strategy in their camps.
Do you think he's a bigger challenge to you than Lomachenko and Taylor?
Never.
Either Teofimo, I guess?
Yeah, senior.
Every fight is a different version.
Senior, tell him we talking to senior. We ain't talking to little dude over here. Senior.
Fight is a different version.
Whether Shakur's ice-cold composure or Teophimo's unpredictable fire will take control is the biggest question in boxing as we head into 2026. If both fighters stay healthy, make weight without issues, and bring their absolute best, fans are in for the elite-level championship showdown they've been waiting for. That's all for now. For the latest updates on news, key moments, events, and action in the world of boxing, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss content like this. Until next time, peace.